minor, you know, thinking about, for the most part, we're gonna be tight, right? So we're students, we're studying in this crouch posture, we get that forward head, and so this area is going to be most likely tight on all of us. So I'm gonna, you know, think about providing that gradual stretch, so I don't have that stretch reflex and inhibition as I'm stretching, you know, nice and gentle. Still, I'm gonna show the passive stretch, and when you're thinking about the pec minor and its attachments, you know, thinking about its attachment on the coracoid process, that is gonna be just medial to your humerus, and so when you're touching it, it's gonna be tender and pokey, so I wanna make sure I'm using one of the fab pads of my hands. And also it's gonna come down and it's going to attach on the second and fourth and third and fifth ribs, okay? So for my patient, I can do a unilateral stretch where I'm going to do sort of a down and out motion, okay? It's almost like at a diagonal. So I'm going to first, you know, palpate, make sure that I have the good region, use my, you know, pad of my hand, and I'm kind of going in a down and out
It's hard to
position.
see on that side.
I'm gonna show both.
Oh, okay, I thought we were just supposed to.
Okay, so I can also do a bilateral stretch. You can see how this stance can be somewhat aggressive for your patient. And so I, you know, try to back off slightly and be in this position where I can go down and out for both of them. Does that feel okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go to the other side and show as well. How long do I hold a passive stretch for? And just breathe. Okay, so I'm gonna come around to the other side. Okay, so I have her arms supported by towel rolls under the distal humerus. I'm looking to see that the pillow is not going to be underneath her shoulder to take away from my stretch so that she can get the full stretch. She's slightly elevated from the mat, so I'm assuming that this stretch feels good for her.
It does.
Okay, and again, I can do a unilateral stretch. I know where the coracoid process is. I'm trying to use the pad of my hand. I'm watching to see that she's breathing. Okay, 30 to 60 seconds. Let's say it's been 60 seconds that I can gradually release, or I can do a bilateral stretch. Does that feel okay?
Mm-hmm.
I can always apply more pressure, but I want to make sure that my patient is comfortable, and so I'm very gentle at first, just going into it. It's a sensitive, pokey area.